Good evening, welcome to my Isle of Wight coastal passage plan for Saturday the 20th of June. Myself, Damien and Robin Fieldhouse, crossing. So yeah, give you a bit more detail about it before we get going. Just done the plan now. Got the detail of the high and low tides, tidal waters, looking at about a midday high tide on the Saturday. So yeah, we'll get around it. There's some notes. It's a very accurate plan that I'll come on to in a minute of the first hour, crossing over the Needles. Here's the bearings we're going to be on each hour, between 3:30 in the morning and 2:20 our arrival PM. Here's features we may see at different distances from us, depending on how well I've planned it. We're going to find out. So yeah, we're going to start just here at 3:30 in the morning. You might think that's early. It definitely is. The reason being that the tides sort of get quite aggressive around the Needles, so it's a quiet time to sort of be not fighting them too much. So yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be coming across here. It's about 4:30 just crossing the Needles. Again, you've got to be quite careful because you've got the strong currents and water that can wash around here. You've got a wreck there, you've got the rocks here, so there's quite a lot to be careful of. We've gone over here, had problems in the past. You've also got the shipping channel that you can see here with the port marks. You'll get across that. And it will be dark as well, so that's going to add to it. So yeah, we're going to start in the dark, but you can see from the chart that we've got the north head, that's going to be in green, so flashing at us. We're going to be inside this little bit quite quickly on this flashing white 4-second light coming off Hurst Castle Tower, which is useful. So I know we're crossing the right way to do that. It's going to get very shallow here, but we should be okay. It just depends on the tidal state. Might have a bit of trouble there. Might have to adjust the course slightly over that. It'll also be dark at this time, so yeah, we have to be very careful of that. Then we pass that and come into the light, the red light of the Needles. So we're following that, crossing the shipping channel. In the red bit, you can see we've gone wrong if we're in the white or green section. And that continues, we pass down there. But at which point it'll start to get light, so yeah, that should be fine. Can't leave it any later, or the tide's going to be just too strong, which we won't get across when we get through. Tidal gates will lock, and that'll be that. The day ruined. Tidal diamonds here to follow B and C, so you can see them. We're on a spring, so we're going to be leaving just after high water, a few hours after high water, Portsmouth, around then, 0.7 knots, but you can see it goes up to 2.8. We do about 4, so that would be impossible if we leave an hour later. Unfortunately, we're going to go from this side, anyway, come around here, and the tide starts to work with us a bit. 5:30 into about here, just into Compton Bay, very beautiful, keep going. Just cutting the corner here, only a couple of miles out. Coming around St Catherine's Point around 7:15 AM, coming across here, kind of close, in past Ventnor, about 8:15. And yeah, then we'll cut across Sandown Bay onto Bembridge Ledge. Got to be careful here because you start to see the big ships coming across the Solent. And you've also got the ledge here with some quite sharp rocks that can cause problems, which I know about. So we're doing that. Past St Helens Fort, which is very scenic. Past Seaview Yacht Club, onto Ryde Sands. Got to be careful of that again in the tide, but water will be high at that point. And there's the ferry and hovercraft to avoid there over the pier. Crossing along here, and we'll continue on. Press on fast cows, have a bit of a half-hour break at midday here. Then the tide starts to get very strong in our favour again if we've got timings right, pushing us through here, through the middle of the Solent. We go in the middle to get the most of the tide. Aim for Hurst Spit, depending on the bearings, and then we'll follow this along and we'll be finished around 2:20 hopefully. But yeah, here we go, just a quick example of the very accurate plan for here. So we're going to be on 201 degree bearing, having calculated tides and that sort of thing with the plotter and compass. So yeah, 3:33, 3 minutes in, we'll get into the white, flashing white zone. Be there for about 6 minutes. Then at 16 minutes in, that's when we hit the shallow waters that you can see here that we've got on the chart. And then we go into the zone of another flashing white, looking back on ourselves at 20 minutes in to 23 minutes, it goes red. And then we're on the edge of the Needles coming in, and we've got more flashing lights, more buoys either side of us there as well. 202 degrees as the tide slightly changes there. Following that, got a flashing light there. Then we've got the Needles, more lights, but we've got to be quite careful. About 54 minutes in, just passing them there, as you can see. Got Needles there, occulting. So yeah, that should be good. Even with a horn as well, which we may need, who knows. So yeah, we just go a little bit, overshoot it a little bit for about an hour and then turn around. So that's that bit of the planning. So yeah, wish us luck.